How's the royal family? I pray that everyone is doing well. Well, my royal family, I know y'all are not shocked by the title. How could I put this? We will continue to report stories like this. And you would think at this point that you would possibly not see it. It's like with blackface. Every year, us YouTubers out here, we're going in the pro-black community, we're gonna make videos about blackface because the enemy gonna play dumb like they wasn't doing anything. They were just having innocent fun. They know exactly what is going on. And this particular story really brings it home for me. When I first, it's almost been 4 years now, told the royal family that my oldest son, Delbert, when he was in junior high, you know how you get all the paperwork from school. So in his social studies class, the teacher was asking me permission to allow my son to play a slave in his social study class. But that teacher exclusively just wanted the black students to play slaves so the white students could understand how slavery truly was back then. And this was going to be done in front of the entire school on top of that. And I was like, absolutely not. So when they don't get to participate in certain things like that, then they have to find something alternative. So he had to do some assignments in the library while they did whatever they did. So when I first told this story, I have been often told I lie, I exaggerate shit, you're always making up stuff, but it's been many YouTubers putting up stories like this. This ain't unusual. This ain't the first, and this won't be the last that I did. It's just amazing because a lot of things that I talk about, I encourage people to go look it up themselves. So, teacher defends having Toms River kids impersonate slaves. So this school teacher name is Lawrence Cuneo, I think that's the best way I can pronounce his last name, and he is also the mayor of this little town, and we'll get deeper into it. So before I read this article, I'm going to play a short video, and then I'm going to close it out with another short video. And this was dated February 11th. Teachers allegedly told kids to lie on floor picking cotton while he made whipping sounds during lesson.
A teacher at the Toms River Intermediate School is under investigation today after allegedly taking an American history lesson on slavery too far. District officials are looking into reports that the teacher at Toms River Intermediate East told kids to lie on the floor and pick cotton while he made whipping sounds during a lesson last Friday. In a statement to News 12 New Jersey, Toms River School District spokesperson Michael Kenny says, quote, "This particular lesson, as described, did not meet our standards and our priority to foster a nurturing environment. As we comb through and further investigate the details of the alleged incident, it seems initially clear that at the very least, it was the result of poor judgment." Kenny went on to say that, quote, "We as educators must consider the context of history as it applies to modern times and sensitivities." The teacher remains in class today.
All right.
Counselors will be on hand at a Morris County school.
Okay. So I said I got to look much deeper into this. I want to know what the hell is going on. So I have a number of articles. I'm going to read this one in full. And Michael McKinney, let's keep him in mind. He's he works for the school district, and his name will come up. But he initially made a statement like this was all shocking. All right, why they investigate themselves like this shit is new. So it says here, Tom Rivers. Now, when I heard the name of that, Tom's Rivers, and this is in New Jersey, I was like, damn, just the word Tom's, right? Instantly, you know that this is a predominantly white community. So, students and parents came to the defense of a history lesson by a middle school teacher who had his students lie on the floor and pick cotton while he acted like a slave driver. The lesson is now under investigation by the school district. The teacher, who was also the mayor of Pine Beach, has apologized if the lesson about a difficult subject unintentionally harmed his students. So then here they said let's see. Tom Rivers, immediate East history teacher, made whipping and cracking sounds during the lesson on Friday. The teacher, identified by Tom Rivers School district spokesman, okay, that's the one, Michael McKinney, as Lawrence Cuneo, also kicked students, according to the reports. Cuneo is also the mayor of Pine Beach, which is part of Tom Rivers School District. We were recently alerted by a Tom Rivers immediate East student of an alleged incident that took place at the school regarding a lesson on slavery. Our district is undergoing a thorough investigation into the matter, Tom Rivers School District spokesman Michael McKinney told New Jersey, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that part don't matter. It seems initially clear that there was no ill intent, but that better judgment should have been used with regard to the alleged instructional methods, particularly as it pertains to reorganize the sensitivity of all students, Kenny said. The incident was first discussed on social media, according to the press. Kenny, who not disclosed whether Cuneo remained on the job because it is a confidential personnel issue that we cannot discuss. Cuneo, which is the teacher, his name is Lawrence, in an email said that the intent of this lesson was to show how degrading and despicable the institution of slavery was in our history. Slavery existed within our country, and the lesson learned, even if uncomfortable, need to be told at no time was my intentions to harm the sensitivity of any student. If this lesson did that, I apologize to those affected, Cuneo wrote. When asked to give his own descriptions of the lesson, Cuneo referred to a story in the Tom Rivers Patch with students discussing the lesson, and I'm gonna read parts of that too. Students and parents told Patch that the description of the activities are inaccurate and that the lesson was discussed beforehand and participation was voluntary. Former student Michelle Baldwin told Pat she recalled having the lesson when Cuneo was her teacher. She called the criticism ridiculous. Leslie Nungberg told Patch her daughter was in the class and said no one was kicked by Cuneo and the exercise did not promote racism. Let's see here. Kenny, which is the one who works for the school district, said that the district's investigation is keeping in mind that our curriculum has evolved to include more hands-on, authentic activities. Then they say February is recognized as Black History Month. Then they talk about his salary. So this, okay, he makes $72,000 a year and all this stuff. And down here they said Tom Rivers immediate East has a student enrollment of 1,000 455 as of 2017-18 school year, and the students are mostly white. Okay, so he said to refer over here. So I did some referring, and this is February 12th. And I'm not going to read all of this, but I'm going to point out some stuff. This is not new. See, that's why I played that initial video, because they kind of implied that it was new, but they're actually all defending it, saying, well, you got to keep in mind, we keep on a hands-on approach. It's like, what the fuck going on? So you will tell here that they handpick certain people to say positive things about this school, this teacher, what he reenacts slavery in the classroom. So let's see here. Okay, he's been teaching at this school for 18 years, according to multiple students who have been using activity as part of his American history teaching for many years. So, see, they told it right there. This is not new. And so, in here, Tom River students and parents said that the claim that the students were kicked is false, and the descriptions of the other activities are solely misleading. In multiple interviews, students said the lesson had a significant impact on their understanding of slavery and of what slavery faced. Okay, I already heard what Lisa had to say. Okay, they claiming he never did no kicking. The classroom activity that drew the complaint was optional, she said, a point made by multiple students and parents. Okay, so they saying it was optional. They could or could not participate in it. But something was going on in that classroom to make that student uncomfortable. And it is obvious what they are doing by interviewing people that are in favor. You're supposed to keep it fair and balanced. Okay, that's what they say they're supposed to do. But, they don't do that, and we're not going to do that either. I'm not going to be fair and balanced and objective. I'm letting y'all know that now. So let's see here. So he would ask for volunteers and then have them lie down on the floor side by side, act as if they were on a boat to simulate the experience of slavery in the hull of slave ships. He would tell us this is how they were transported to America, and he would explain how they were treated. She said he brought in freshly picked cotton that had seeds and had us separate the seeds. Woo-wee! Boy, he was getting into his teaching. Sticks and debris. It had to be as clean as possible. Okay. And they said he would walk around us and say something. If you did something wrong, he wouldn't yell at us, but it opened my eyes to how people were treated. Now, see, that don't make no sense. They saying, okay, if they did something wrong, this student, Gina, she says that he would not yell at us. If you did something wrong, he wouldn't yell at us, but it opened my eyes to how people were treated. Okay, now they get in the slave. Let me see here. Okay, they keep going on here. No way, shape, or form was it poking fun at slavery or depicting it positively. Okay, y'all overemphasizing it to cover his ass. He wrong. Now this is deep. This part said, she said the raw cotton was handed out to students in cups and they cleaned it while Cuneo played the spirituals and discussed the topic. Wow. No one felt uncomfortable or as if it was going to be far, because we all knew that the only purpose of the lesson was for us to understand the lives of a slave, she said. As a person of color, He never singled out me, made me look like I was being discriminated or anything to make me feel like I was being treated differently. Lord have mercy. Let's see here. So they didn't handpick some students of color. Let's see. Okay, that Mr. Cuneo never made me feel lower than others in class or called me out or in any sense was racism towards me. Cosme said he was actually the complete opposite and was so against racism. And he expressed that in quotations during the lesson. Lord, this is so lopsided. I really enjoyed the lesson and how he decided to portray it. It really helped us understand and take in everything about slavery. She said we got to see how it really was back then, even though it is a hard lesson to talk about nowadays. Mr. Cuneo had the best way to explain it to us. You don't have to do all that. I mean, what I would throw out is, when they're teaching about the Holocaust, do they, put Jews in fake ovens and that's how they explain the Holocaust? You want to know what it be like to be fried in an oven, and all those horrible things that happen? Or do you hear anywhere, any place in America when they teaching about the Holocaust victims, do they reenact that bullshit in school? See, I ain't seen one yet, and we will not see it, because if any teacher ever decided to do that, to teach it in that hands-on kind of way, the Jewish community, unquote, the fake Jewish community, would go to fuck off. We would hear it all over the world as we continue on. Let me see here. Is anything else I want to read on this bullshit? It's pissing me off. No. So let me go over here to the next phase. Now, I wanted to look more into about Tom Rivers. I want to find out a little bit more about this town. So I have something to read here to y'all. Tom Rivers has a long history of the Ku Klux Klan activity, which has had a presence in the Garden State since the 1920s. Most recently, in 2017, it was reported that recruitment flyers were distributed throughout the Tom Rivers district and in 3 other New Jersey towns, encouraging enlistment in the Ku Klux Klan, according to the Southern Poverty Law Center, an active chapter of the KKK. The Militant Knights of the Ku Klux Klan still operates in the town. In a 2018 report, the Southern Poverty Law Center lists 18 active hate groups in New Jersey, ranking it 4th in the nation with regards to the most organized, hated group in the country. Because the Tom River district is majoritarily white, which lessons have historically been deemed appropriate by school leaders, might not be considerate of students of color. The rush by the community to dismiss the students' complaints are ridiculous and only implies that the school might be an unsafe environment for minorities and people of color. The singular protest is already at risk of being drowned out by the majority. Bam! I'll put the link to that article if you want to, know more about this crap. So I took it a step further. Let me blow this up so we can all see this together. So this gives a breakdown on this particular school. And what I wanted to look at was, okay, here it is, the enrollment. So they have 26 Asians, 32 blacks, 169 Hispanics, and 1,199 white, and 2 or more races, 29. Just wanted to point it out to the royal family as we continue on.
A New Jersey teacher faces an investigation over a history lesson on slavery, where he allegedly simulated whipping students as they pretended to pick cotton. The Asbury Park Press reports that Toms River Intermediate East 8th grade teacher Lawrence Cuneo is facing scrutiny after a student complained about the class on Instagram. According to the paper, the student posted that it was good to be informed about slavery, but pretending to whip them, they wrote, quote, "Are you nuts? It's 2020, not 1800. Get it right." Cuneo, a teacher with 18 years of experience, apologized to those who were offended, but defended the lesson plan. The teacher, who is also mayor of nearby town Pine Beach, told Patch, quote, "Slavery existed within our country, and the lessons learned, even if uncomfortable, need to be told." Newsweek reports that Michael Kenny, a Toms River School District spokesperson, said the school's curriculums have, quote, "evolved to include more hands-on, authentic activities." Kenny confirmed that an investigation into the matter was underway.
They're not going to investigate shit. Because based on me reading, going through that article, this is something that has been ongoing. The school district know about it. And then what they do, they go pluck certain students and some tokens to speak in his behalf. Like he's been a pillar of society. And let's not lose sight that he is the mayor. And then the Michael McKinney dude, who's supposed to be the head of the investigation, tried to imply like, oh, wow, what is going on? And it's been going on, it seems, since he's been in that school. He's been in there for 18 years. At the end of the day, we must remove our royal babies from these schools. I keep saying it over and over again. What you are doing with our precious royals is gift wrapping them and placing them in the hands of Satan. They will not stop doing what they are doing in this war. They recognize what is going on, my royal family. And I keep saying this. Everything that the enemy do to us in this war, that's exactly what they are supposed to do. So it's back at you and I. What are we supposed to do in this war? Fully protect the entire royal family. There was a lot of royal babies last year that killed themselves. And these children, some of them wasn't even over 10, that they successfully killed themselves. The bullying and the taunting, what our royal babies are saying, I don't feel safe. And we'll keep nudging them to go after they didn't had a bad experience. And they feel the emotional turmoil within. And then you take something like this that's sitting up here trying to look like he nicer than pie. They know what they're doing. He gets off on this. I guarantee you, it's a thrill for him. And don't lose sight of what I said. Have we ever heard of any of these teachers reenacting hands-on Holocaust? Teaching about the Holocaust. Have they ever did that? Let's play like we going in ovens. Let's play like we getting on trains and it's full of cyanide. Let's play like you starved to death. And all those atrocious things that Hitler did to them. But see, the majority of the Holocaust victims have died off. And let's not lose sight that they got reparations. And the descendants of the fake Jews continue to get reparations. But when it comes to us, folks get convenient amnesia. They don't have a clue where the money at. Or just the thought of us possibly getting something wears them out. It's a spirit behind ADOS, my royal family, that we have to keep pushing to the enemy. We got to keep pushing till we reclaim and reclaim our throne. We don't push where they assimilate and start, treating us fairly. That's not going to happen. This thing has to be totally abolished. That's it, and that's all. And we have to be very unforgiving about reclaiming our throne. Very unforgiving. So I'm going to leave it right there, my royal family. Render your voice with your beautiful divine words. And as always, my royal family, I thank you for your love. I thank you for your support. And with that said, Ashe.